Hey everyone, Joe here from ActionX. Welcome to What's on the Tube, or welcome back. If this is your sixth Doom Patrol Season 3 episode review for you today. If you're wondering why I'm exhausted, and I haven't been exhausted since the end of my last job when I was doing this, it's because today, finally, my brand new TV stand has come in. So this is the last episode. Hopefully, we're recording with the old one, which basically is my original TV stand from the last one. But what happened was when this TV was purchased, I underestimated the fact that this is way bigger than the actual TV stand itself. So, in order to temporarily solution it, which was meant for about a couple of weeks, turned into a whole year of just not being able to go get it. My father had a long piece of plywood that we just basically cut up, and then we put it on top of the old TV stand, which is why that is being used. It might result in the TV being a little bit more curved, because I'm perfectly balanced. This TV isn't. Like, you can even tell, like, on this side that it's off crooked a little bit. It could be because of the wood. I'm actually surprised this wood did not break over the past year. My nightmare was always one day it was just going to break, and then the TV was going to split open, and then after that I would have lost both the wood and the TV itself. So I was like wondering what would be more problematic for me. But thankfully, either today or tonight or tomorrow night is going to be the last night with this stand. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this stand yet. I really don't know. I don't have any space in my current setup for it, so I might as well. We'll see what happens. I'll figure it out later. But again, this is Doom Patrol's episode reviews. This week, this was probably the most weirdest, wackiest episode yet. And it also makes me feel bad for the quote-unquote villains for the season. It actually makes me quite curious, as this actually adds in a new layer of mystery as we see time travel shenanigans as well as our usual other shenanigans for the show. This episode is just like shenanigans X infinity. It's like everyone except Cyborg gets into like these like very mind-trippy moments. And I'm just like, damn. This shit just doesn't know when to stop, but I don't care because it makes the show the show. So, with that being said, let's go for the Butcher recap and talk about this week's episode of Doom Patrol. So, we begin with Rita in the time vortex. She's traveling back in time to an uncertain year. I think it was... Did she plug in the last episode? I don't remember. She just plugged in a random year and she's starting to go off. Seeing her going through the vortex with some sort of narration, like it's the Twilight Zone or something. And she arrives in the year of 1917, so more than 100 years ago. So 104 years ago. She's in a farmland. She's discovered by a farm woman, and they immediately call the cops. Well, not really the cop. They call these special agents. And I really can't tell if Rita purposely is forgetting her memories, or the time vortex made her forget her memories, which could make sense to why... De La Fontaine, I think that's her last name. I don't know. I forgot her last name. Like I had it like Clarice, like Claire. I think it's Clarice. I gotta double check after this. Maybe that explains to why she doesn't remember anything. Maybe she just time traveled way too much. That it's one of the side effects of time travel. Like, oh, you can go back in time, but you're gonna forget pretty much almost everything about yourself. Which could be the case here, and it also probably is the case here because the next time we see Rita, she's in this underground bunker type, lab type facility, and she's being sorted out and interviewed by Clarice herself. But however, this Clarice is, I'm assuming, the original Clarice from this timeline, as well as Rita just did not have an ounce of like, oh, it's you. So I'm pretty sure it's legit, the whole I forgot everything thing. So after some questioning and just some other tests, they determine Rita is not a threat, and they decide to let her join the agency since she doesn't know where she is. She seems pretty useful, so let's just give her a job. I'm presuming a room, free food. Like, basically, this is kind of like a very easy life, except you just don't go outside. Which I'm like, it's not really the worst thing. If you give me Netflix and a camera, I'm pretty sure I'll be fine. So whatever. So continuing. So they put her in the mail room with another woman. their job is basically just monotonous, sorting the mail, returning mail if it doesn't have the proper identification. And Rita seems to be excited about this. Well, and also since Rita doesn't know her name anymore, the other lady decides to call her Wendy for the time being. So I'm gonna simplify it before my brain works. I'm gonna call her Weta for the rest until she remembers. I'm gonna call her Weta. So there you go. There's your connection right there. Weta's using her abilities to kind of make the job a little easier, and a bunch of other people are standing outside just observing her use her powers. And the other woman tells her, "Oh, you got an audience," and she looks behind, and they're like, "Nope, not doing anything. We're just writing on our clipboards. It's not paying attention to you. Don't worry about it." So, and then later it's time for lunch or dinner. Or, I don't know what the hell they're eating. This cafeteria is very bare bones. It's basically they're just serving sandwiches, maybe a couple side platters, and that's it. That's all you're getting. Which I'm like, sandwiches aren't bad, but if I'm gonna eat that's my entire meal. I need at least 3 of those motherfuckers. Let me tell you what. A half a sandwich will not satisfy me. It will not. I need 3 sandwiches. And look at the square one, not the Subway footlong, not even a regular footlong, not even that. If you're giving me a cliche classic sandwich side, I need 3 of them. That's as far as I'm willing to like go on that topic before I really spiral out of control. She grabs a tray and she sits down, but no one wants to sit with her. Everyone's trying to get away from her, even Clarice herself. And then the dude with the bicycles in the back, which was also part of the Sister of Dada from last week, he shows up and he instantly notices Rita, just sitting there, and immediately, come with me. So they go for a door behind in the cafeteria that says Metas, and then they start getting ridiculed. So it's kind of like prejudice, like either you're human or you're a meta, and mostly metas are just being shitted upon. And so they head downstairs, basically to a basement-like area. No tables, no chairs. It's just wherever they can sit. And this is the little gang. This is the gang of metas here at this agency. That are basically shunned by everyone else because they're special. But Weta doesn't really pay mind to it and just decides to eat and declare, one day we will sit upstairs. Very bold prediction, Weta. Very bold prediction. I want to say... Okay, so then we cut back over to like the actual Doom Patrol, like our real time. Everyone's kind of doing their own thing. Larry's taking care of his son, who is slowly getting back to normal. Has some concussions, some memory issues, but he eventually comes back to it. That really doesn't take that much longer this week for Larry, sadly. The biggest thing is that Larry's son... Well, Larry originally believes that the sisterhood brainwashed him, and basically some agency brainwashed him and brought him in. That's what he was thinking the whole time. But his son's like, no, I purposely signed up because I think the logical line was like, I don't like you. Like, you literally can't. You left my life. You try to come back into my life, and then you ruin it even more. So I'm not really the most happy with you. And they literally leave things off on a bad term. And the argument, I kind of feel bad for Larry since, again, Larry's just going for way too much right now, especially now with his son once again rejecting him as a father. And even Larry's like, I cannot disagree with you, but this was not my choice to live this life. If I could, I would have died a natural death and just seen you grow up. That's what he would have wanted, but that's not the case. There really isn't, so. But the son decides to leave, and the mysterious... baby entity that's behind his neck is once again beginning to grow and be active again. Cyborg is still dealing with a bit of an identity crisis with what he said to his father, what his mother said, so he decides to head back to a very familiar territory that I'm presuming was where he saw his mom in the other world, in the purgatory realm. And he gets kind of like a mini flashback of what his life has been like up to that point, and decides he needs to do something about it. So he goes to another rival laboratory, then Cadmus. Is it Cadmus or Star Labs? I forgot. I think it's Star Labs. So he's there for an appointment. I didn't really pay close attention to what exactly he's there for. If he's there to reverse the cyborg treatment or become better, I really don't know what the case may be. But this is a very important step for a cyborg to get some independence away from his father. Cliff's still fucked up on drugs. Let's be honest there. He's still fucked up. He has gone desperate to the point where, again, I don't even know where he gets this money from. where is he getting it? Because, again, the chief is gone and none of them have stable income. So, like, again, where is he getting this money to afford these pills, and then also his gambling addiction, and also apparently he's paying a webcam girl for just having company over. And I'm just like, dude, that's kind of sad. He's losing at gambling, he's losing at video games, and the cam girl keeps bothering him like, yeah, your credit card got denied again. I need my money or I'm leaving. And he gets so desperate to the point where it's kind of like just a reality of junkies and, just, people like them who rely on, these drugs and, have an addiction. It kind of reminds me of it because that's kind of what recently my life is, being around those people. Cliff has gotten so desperate for money that he's actually starting to sell everyone else's stuff, like especially Cyborg, since he's like the well-known celebrity here. And I feel so bad for Cyborg because he's just away trying to like improve his own self, meanwhile his own property is being sold away. But the income's not enough to support Cliff's drug addiction, his gambling addiction, and the cam girl. So he gets an offer from someone like, give me your parts of your robot suit and your brain, and I will give you this much money. Which I'm like, okay, Cliff, you can't be this stupid to believe. Like, if you lose any of this, you're gonna die. But Cliff does not see the issue here and agrees to the sale, and I'm like, someone needs to put Cliff in therapy. Like, someone really needs to, because his mind is all sorts of fucked up. I'm gonna tell you that much. Jane is trying to make promise to the original girl that is the kind of like the main personality for all the other personalities. She wants to give her somewhat more of a normal life, since she is beginning to age, like, and going to puberty, and like that's going to create some imbalance and disharmony with the other personalities. And even like last week, the other personalities try to take control and try to like lock her away in hopes of reducing the spread. But Jane doesn't believe that. She wants her to have like a happy life and decides to let her take the wheels, basically. I'm presuming they go to Danny because I'm pretty sure that town they went to cannot be that nice. It cannot. Well, obviously Jane's watching her for a little, like, one of those like those like zoom in like binocular like stations like you see in like I don't know how to explain it. You see it all over New York. Well, for me, I live in New York, so like yeah, I see it all over the place when I'm traveling. The other personalities are not happy with Jane, since Jane always gets what she wants, and in this case, she's putting them all at risk by putting her out there in the world, which she's not ready for. But she returns back eventually, and everything's fine, no problems there. But they're also like, okay, this time nothing happened, but next time could be a different story. But Jane just tells them, look, enough with your BS. Stop making empty threats, because at the end of the day, she's gonna choose me. I'm perfectly fine. Like, she's gonna get better. She's gonna have some sort of normalcy in her life again through me, and that's what's gonna happen. And the personalities basically group up and like, yeah, this can't happen. Like, we need to find a way to like stop this, because I don't know. It's so weird, these personalities, because like at one point they were with Jane, and then at other times like, no, fuck Jane. So it's like, I would not like to live in a mind like this. I really would have. Like, imagine there was like 63 other me's. Like, well, me's to an extent, and I'm just like, no, thank God I don't do that. Thank God. I think that's it for everyone else. Time to get back to Rita's world. Oh yeah, I forgot. Meanwhile, Clarice herself in the armed present day timelines, just trying to figure out shit right now. Like, what about the Sisterhood of Dada? About the chief, and figuring all that sort of stuff out while Rita's away. I want to say Rita is back in the mailroom working a solo shift that night, I'm assuming, and then Clarice's past self shows up to whisk her away, is like about her powers and like the small group of people they have here in this agency. She transported her to a kind of like a private pocket room of the agency, which is basically where the Metas can just do whatever the hell they want without any consequence. And they just have this weird like party. Like, there's no drugs, there's no liquor involved. It's just them letting go and being like crazy, doing whatever they want, dressing up, dancing like complete idiots, making like a very weird like old-timey home movie, basically. It's so weird, but in reality, this was kind of Rita's first time she's been happy in a long time. Obviously, of course, she has forgotten every bullshit, the thing she's been through for the last X amount of years, but like, she's really happy here. Like, she's around her own people, like outsiders, outcasts that all kind of like are equal-minded, so to speak. Even though, yeah, technically this isn't the real Rita, but it's close enough to an extent. even I forgot I was gonna mention this one thing. I had it in my mind and then I forgot. I'm trying to remember. Let me remember quickly. I yeah, I forgot. I forgot. So also Rita at least begins to like start to like remember piece by piece a little bit. She now connects that these people are the Sisterhood of the Dada. But of course, obviously for us, like, how do they get to that point in the future where they're against the Doom Patrol? What has happened to them? You know, because all these people look like very nice people. Like, they don't look like evil people at all. So I'm like, how did they become evil? Like, that's what I'm confused about. And then also Rita's here is like, is she technically part of the Sisterhood? Like, what's going on here? What's actually really going on here? I want to say, yeah, they also question her at some point during this episode where it's like, oh, how are we in the future? Like, are we famous? Are we well known? Like, what happens to us? Rita can't even remember a single thing what that happened. So she just says, I don't know. Like, I just do not know. I just know I'm around you. I have a connection to you guys, but that's basically it. After a night of partying, they head back to kind of reality, and Rita is still set on like giving them rights, you know, to eat with the others among their peers and, you know, just be like a normal group. Honestly, like, all you can do is like give them a table. You don't even have to talk to them. Just tolerate it. It's not like they're even going to like, you know, try to interfere. Well, it doesn't seem like any of them are trying to interfere with anyone else. So I think you're good. Because when Wida and like one of her co-workers shows up for lunch, everyone once again is like looking at them, and then after that they walk away from them, and then eventually the others start showing up and start making their mark and stand against them. Like, no, this is also our cafeteria. This is also where we eat too. Either we're going to share all the space together, or like, you know, this is the way it's going to be. They have that little brief moment of happiness, and then supposedly one of the security guards comes in and, you know, takes them away. But it turns out to be Clarice, you know, disguised as a security guard to assist them in trying to escape and get away. And I want to say Rita does go back to the time machine at some point and contemplates going back, but again, she doesn't remember where the hell she's going. One of the Sisterhoods of Dada shows up, and they have a bit of a thing going. They have a bit of like an attraction to each other, and also his weird meta ability is that, I don't know his ability, but like you open up his shirt and like there's like a weird like a live bird cage with a bird inside, and he also gives Rita a symbol of like I like you by giving her, I want to say, just a paperclip heart, which is actually pretty cute. It really is pretty cute. And again, I like Wida in this episode. I really do, because it gives her a moment of like, you know, peace, clarity, and, you know, just honestly happiness to be around these people that are also like-minded like her. Even though, yeah, technically she doesn't remember much of anything, but it's still nice. It's still sweet. And she decides to like not even attempt to try and go back or figure out where she came from. She wants to stay here with the Sisterhood. And I'm like, okay, but I think there'll be a timeline issue, because like she's already old. So I'm like, I don't remember what year Rita was born like originally, but like I can't imagine the fact there's two Ritas in the same time period. I just can't. But we don't know entirely that story just quite yet, because back at the manor, Clarice is still figuring out some stuff with everything going on, and then she gets like this very ominous message, which is clearly from the Sisterhood of the Dada, because I think it's one of their catchphrases for the group together when they're all together, and that's where the episode ends for the week. So for me, this was by far yet another one of those, like, this was a very weird episode, but I still enjoyed the heck out of it. That's still the case here. That really is. This show never surprises me and never like gets me bored of like what crazy thing they're gonna do this week or what crazy thing someone is doing now. Besides Cyborg and Larry, everyone's just doing something crazy, and that pretty much hooks me in right away, because like what crazy things especially would Wida get up to? I was just very curious, that sort of thing. And since they are planning on committing to that storyline, how long does Rita stay in the past for? Does she eventually decide to come back alive? Like, there's just a lot of questions. Oh yeah, I forgot one more thing. When Wida was when she first got to 1917, the gorilla and the freaking brain guy from the Masters of Evil, they show up, and so they're still active in this time period. So I'm pretty sure this was the first time they encountered Rita in their presence. So again, there's a lot of time periods where it's like, what happened here? And it's also very weird, like, so far for me, I haven't even noticed a single connection yet, but I'm pretty sure they'll probably will towards the end because we are beginning to wind to a close. We are going to what was I gonna say? I forgot. Yeah, I'm just still curious to see how does the Masters Reveal come back, or they're just a fun throwaway thing, or how does the Sisterhood of Dada get the present day? Like, there's so many questions, and we're bound to start figuring it out soon. But I'm actually surprised that they haven't even bothered to put in the Chief much following those premiere episodes. I know that was like kind of just like segueing him out for like what's going on now, but like I do miss the Chief. I do really miss them. Plus, again, I'm a sucker for Timothy Dalton, so that's just my question now that we're like now halfway done with the season. So let's see where we go from here. But for me, I really enjoyed this episode. This might be the weirdest episode yet, the most bonkers one yet. But again, I still enjoy it. This is the same Doom Patrol flair. And somehow they even added on like more, likability with our supposed villains and more mystery for us to uncover in the next few weeks. So they're still on top of the game. So I'm going to give this episode 2 thumbs up. I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below. What did you think of this week's episode of Doom Patrol? Let me know. But I think that's going to do it for me today, everyone. So if you're unaware, this has been What's on the Tube from ActionX, reviewing every episode in the 3rd season of Doom Patrol. If you want to know what we're doing normally on What's on the Tube besides our Doom Patrol reviews, we're currently doing Nancy Drew Season 3 episode reviews each and every Saturday mornings normally, but sadly, I will make an update, the update on this today in the morning for on the official socials. So sadly, because of just last minute thing, and then also setting up this new TV stand, which is going to be the new backdrop going forward for the time being. But this also comes with a standing pole for the TV, so having to install that as well as holding a gigantic TV is a little scary. So I am going to take the time needed for it, and also I will probably I will not be here live for Nancy Drew, and I can't even promise what time I'll be coming back tomorrow. So Nancy Drew will be coming out this Sunday, basically, Sunday morning. So, but normally it would be on Saturday mornings after a brand new episode on Friday nights on the CW, or free the next day on the CW app. We're also doing Rookie Season 4 episode reviews each and every Monday morning after a brand new episode on Sunday nights on ABC or on Hulu the next day. We're also doing Heels reviews each and every Tuesday mornings after a brand new episode on Sunday nights on Stars. We're still figuring some things out with that. I think I might do a swap. I can't talk about it right now. I don't want to spoil anything, or spoil something that may happen. I don't know what that is. Oh yeah, just let me know, because I still have to free up some storage space, because these videos take like a gigabyte each, and I'm using a separate storage system, so I gotta fix that. That was just what I was noticing. We also do DC Stargirl Season 2 episode reviews each and every Wednesday mornings after brand new episode on Tuesday nights on the CW, or free the next day on the CW app. And then also, we just posted a couple days ago our Chucky First Impression, which is the pilot episode for a potential review series for every episode of Chucky. But again, that only happens with your support. So please check out the Chucky's First Impression video if you want. If we hit a certain threshold, we'll make it happen on the schedule. Otherwise, you'll just get a Season 1 review at some point in December. And last but not least, even though this is not What's in the Tube related, but this could be related to Doom Patrol, because again, you can expect a new Doom Patrol review next week, every Fridays. Tomorrow is DC Fandom, which is a very big event for DC. I remember last year I purposely delayed Stargirl and I believe Doom Patrol for Fandom. I don't remember if that's where they announced the 3rd season of Doom Patrol and the 2nd season of Stargirl. I don't quite remember. I don't think it was, but just in case, we might expect a Season 4 renewal for Doom Patrol. I think I did see something on my social today that it was renewed for Season 4, but not by any of the official channels. I think that might have an elite confirmation before Fandom, but regardless, Fandom is tomorrow. Stay tuned for there. If Doom Patrol does get renewed for Season 4, as always, we will be back next time. It would make things very easier when we get to the Season 4 predictions video in November, so stay tuned. That's all speculation, but DC Phantom is tomorrow, and Stargirl will be there as well, which we also review. And yeah, other cool stuff, such as the Batman movie, Flash movie, the Gotham Knights video game, Suicide Squad video game. There's a lot of DC stuff. So after this, so get ready for Fandom. I can't wait. I sadly will probably not be able to check it live, but I'll be there for the announcements. This will be awesome. Hopefully, we do get that Season 4 of Doom Patrol. We do. I'm excited. very excited. If we get to do this all over again another year, I'm excited. But again, this has been What's in the Tube from ActionX. Please subscribe to us on youtube.com/ActionX videos. Like, favorite, share this review if you want to, but it helps us get us out there to other members of the fan patrol who have yet to discover us. Helps us beat up that YouTube algorithm that hates me ever so much in life, as well as sharing us for free here on the interwebs. And ring that bell for notification when our next review is live, which is normally each and every Friday mornings, as I said before. And also follow us on social media to stay up to date with any sort of updates for the channel. But until then, stay safe out there, be good to each other, and for all you members of the Fan Patrol, I'll see y'all next week. But until then, enjoy DC fandom, and until then, stay safe out there, be good to each other, and as always, peace out.